Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving into a developer's frustration with Xcode 16 and its handling of local Swift packages. It's a pretty spicy take. Intriguing, right?
Absolutely. I've heard whispers about Xcode's quirks, but this sounds particularly frustrating. What's the core issue?
The author's working on a Swift package, TextKit auto-completion. And the way Xcode 16 manages local package dependencies within a demo app project is, shall we say, suboptimal. In previous Xcode versions, you could just drag and drop. Now it's a more formal add dependency process.
So what breaks? Is it just inconvenient, or are there serious limitations?
Oh, it's far beyond inconvenience. The author lists three major problems. First, file operations. Adding, removing, or renaming files in the package doesn't update the demo app project. You get build errors, and you have to restart the whole thing. Ugh.
That's a major productivity killer. What about the other issues?
Second, testing. Xcode's test plans completely ignore the package's tests. He can't run them from within the Xcode environment. And third, you can't open the package separately. It's locked into the demo app project. It's a triple whammy of Xcode woes.
Wow, that's a recipe for developer madness. So what's the workaround?
The author's solution is elegant in its simplicity, yet a bit sad. He uses Emacs, or NeoVim, if you're into that, to edit the package and run tests using the command line Swift tools. Xcode is then only used to build and run the demo app. A bit of a Frankenstein approach, but effective.
So a dual editor workflow. That's interesting. I guess it highlights the limitations of relying solely on one IDE. Does he mention anything about the quality of the LSP support in Emacs?
He actually says SourceKit LSP is serviceable, which is developer speak for it works but it's not perfect. He appreciates having auto-completion and syntax highlighting outside of Xcode though. It's better than constantly restarting Xcode, he says.
I can definitely relate to that. The article ends with a strong recommendation to learn a backup editor. Wise words. It's a good reminder that relying on a single tool can be risky, especially when that tool is as central to the workflow as Xcode.
Exactly. The whole thing underscores the importance of having options and not being completely reliant on any single piece of software. Plus, it's a pretty compelling argument for exploring editors like Emacs or NeoVim. They might just save your sanity.
Definitely food for thought. Thanks for breaking down this insightful article. It's a cautionary tale for all developers.
You're welcome. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.